Right. Good morning, guys, and welcome to the class. Okay. So we were discussing yesterday. We have discussed types of economic systems. Okay. Types of economic systems. Okay. Today, briefly, we will see the branches of economy. Okay. Briefly, we will see the branches of economy, and then we will continue our discussion uh, to the aspect of capitalism as a tool of growth. Okay, so yesterday also I have mentioned almost all the countries nowadays in the world are following capitalism. Okay, slightly maybe modified forms will be there, but most of the countries are following capitalism. Okay, so in that context we have to examine the capitalism, importance of capitalism, and what are the positives, what are the negatives of capitalism. Okay, we have to critically analyze capitalism as a tool of growth. Okay, right. Okay, so before that, briefly we will try and understand the branches of economy. Okay, the branches of economy. Okay, also briefly we have to see branches of economy. We have to see briefly, right? So what is meant by branches of economy? I hope you might have already studied the NCERT books. Okay, NCERTs you might have studied. Okay, in that 12th class, if you see, there are two books. One book is microeconomics and second book is macroeconomics. Okay, so if you have read them, you will be already knowing. But however, briefly we will try and understand the branches of economy also. So what is the first branch? The first branch is microeconomics. Okay, first branch is microeconomics. Okay, and what is the second branch? Second branch is macroeconomics. Okay, macroeconomics. Okay, right. So yesterday, not yesterday, in the previous two classes, there was a problem with the focus of the camera. Okay, whatever I was writing on the board, it was not clearly visible. Okay, so I have tried to record in a different method. I tried a different method. Let's hope this will work today. Okay, right. So okay, so at present we do not have a digital board. Okay, so we will try to work out whatever we have. Okay, maybe in the future, let's hope we will get a digital board. Okay, right. Okay, so what is microeconomics? Microeconomics, what is the meaning of microeconomics? Microeconomics deals with, the individual economic units. It focuses on individual economic units. Individual economic units. What are individual economic units? Individual economic units are the household, general households. Okay, households means the individual households like you and me, families. Okay, households and certain firms are there. Firms are nothing but companies. Okay, and apart from that, some markets are also there. Okay, some markets are also there. Textiles is a one market. Okay, textiles, production and sale is a market. Okay, production of maybe steel utensils, that is a market. Okay, so microeconomics is concerned with individual economics and their decisions, the decisions they will take. Decisions means financial decisions or economic decisions. Okay, they will take at their individual levels, whether it may be households, whether it may be firms, or whether it may be markets. The decisions they are taking at their individual level. Okay, so microeconomics is concerned with these decisions. Okay, right. So I hope you have understood what microeconomics deals with. It deals with micro aspects, like the explanation is there within the name itself. So it deals with individual decisions. Okay, small or simple decisions. Okay, the decisions that are made by individual economies like households, farms, and markets. Okay, right. Now we will see the key aspects of microeconomics. What are there in the microeconomics? Key aspects of microeconomics. Okay. So first, it will, microeconomics is concerned with, or it is concerned with supply and demand. Okay, supply and demand. What is the meaning of supply and demand? Supply is the supply of goods or availability of goods in the market. Okay. Demand is demand for those particular good or for any particular good. Let's say more and more people are demanding tea. Okay. So let's say demand for tea is high in the market. Okay. Let's say a company is producing lot of maybe blankets. Okay. Then we will say supply of these blankets is very high in the market. Okay. So generally the microeconomics is concerned or deals with how much is supply and demand is there in the market and how these are changing or impacting the decisions of the economic units, right? So this is the concern of microeconomics. And second one is supply and demand is one key aspect of microeconomics. Okay. Second one is market structures. Okay. Second concern is or second key aspect is market structures. Okay. So what are market structures? Market structures are microeconomics will see whether there is competition, in the market or not. Okay. Competition. Okay. What is competition? Let's say only one company is there which is producing, just like I mentioned before, blankets are there. Okay. So blankets are required, blankets are a need of the people. People need blankets, but let's say only one company is there which is producing blankets. Then we will say there is only one entity is present. Then we will say there is zero competition in the market and that company is holding monopoly on the production of that blankets. Okay, so that market is called as a monopoly market. Okay, let's say there is competition, means let's say 10 to 12 plenty of companies are there, or if at all I want to establish a company and produce blankets, I can do that. There is no hurdle in that. Okay, then it is called as a free market. Free market means, free market it is called because there is no monopoly, plenty of companies are already present. Even if over and above that, even if other companies want to establish companies and produce goods and services, produce blankets, they can do that. That type of market is called as free market. Okay, in market structure this is one type and this is another type, and third type is also there, oligopoly. Okay, so oligopoly is what? There is competition. Okay, when plenty of companies are present, we say there is competition and that market is called as a free market. Okay, in oligopoly also there are competition is there, but that competition is a limited competition. Okay, limited competition. Okay, let's say only 2 companies are allowed or 3 companies are allowed. After that no company is allowed to come to that arena, that is production of blankets and produce the blankets. Then it is called as oligopoly. Okay, competition is there but only a limited level of competition is there. Okay, so these are all called as market structure, and market structures and microeconomics is concerned with these market structures also. Okay, other thing it is concerned with is consumer behavior. Okay, consumer behavior. What is the meaning of consumer behavior? Consumer behavior is how consumer is behaving with with respect to other market forces like change in supply and change in demand. Okay, how particular consumer is behaving. Okay, so microeconomics is also concerned with that. After that, prices. Okay, microeconomics is also concerned with pricing. Prices are pricing of goods and services. Okay, pricing of goods and services. Okay, so how much should be the unit cost of a good? Okay, how much should be a unit cost of a particular service? Okay, so all these things are or pricing is also a concern of microeconomics, right? So all these are the important aspects of microeconomics, right? Microeconomics. So this branch of the economy deals with all these things. Okay, right. So this is the first branch of economy, that is microeconomics. Okay, just remember one thing, these things will not be asked in the exam. Okay, these things will not be asked in the exam, but for your understanding, because we are in the initial stage of understanding economics, so you should know what are all the things that are there in the economics as a subject. So that's why we should know briefly about what is the meaning of microeconomics and what is the meaning of macroeconomics, right? Right. Next branch we will see, the branch is macroeconomics. Okay. Okay. Macroeconomics. So unlike the microeconomics, macroeconomics will take a broader perspective of the economy. Okay. It will take a broader perspective. Okay, it will take a broader perspective of the economy. It analyzes overall health of the economy. Okay, it analyzes overall health of the economy. Okay, it is concerned with overall health of the economy. What microeconomics was doing? Microeconomics was concerned about individual decisions, individual choices. Okay, individual choices. But macroeconomics is concerned with overall health of the economy. It is taking a broader picture of the economy. It takes broader perspective or broader picture of the economy, and it sees everything in a holistic manner. Okay, right. So generally macroeconomics, generally it is the concern of generally governments. Okay, whatever the government that is there in a country, so it is concerned, macroeconomics is the responsibility of the government. Okay. So what are the factors or key aspects that can be seen in the macroeconomics if we observe? So the size of the economy of a country or size of economy. Okay, the important aspects or factors that are there in the macroeconomics are size of the economy. Okay, size of economy. How size of economy will be measured? How it will be measured? Generally the measure is through GDP. Okay, through GDP we will measure the size of a economy or size of the economic size of a country, right? Right. After that, it is also concerned with growth rate. Microeconomics is concerned with growth rate. What is growth rate? Yearly, how much the growth or increase in the size of economy of a country, or simply to put, how much increase there in the GDP of a country. Okay, macroeconomics is also concerned with this one, and aspects like employment and unemployment. Okay, employment and unemployment. It is also concerned with aspects like employment and unemployment, right? So employment and unemployment are also excuse me, right? So just I'm suffering from cold and cough, so please put up with me for a few days. Okay, I hope I will recover from it soon. Okay, so the macroeconomics is also concerned with employment and unemployment. Okay, these are very important for a country. The responsibility of the government, it is the responsibility of the government to ensure that there is sufficient employment, sufficient jobs are there for the people, and it is the responsibility of the government to control the unemployment rate in the country, right? After that, monetary policy is there. Okay, what is monetary policy? Monetary policy, you might have studied if you have some understanding about the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, money and banking. Okay, so in our country, monetary policy is the responsibility of the Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so what is the monetary policy? Monetary policy is nothing but, or it is concerned with the supply of money in the market. Okay, so how much of money should be there in the market? If excess amount of money is there in the market, it has to be withdrawn. If there is no sufficient money in the market, circulation of money in the market, money has to be induced into the market. Okay, all these things will be taken care or come under the purview of monetary policy. Okay, so macroeconomics is also concerned with monetary policy, right? After that, fiscal policy. Okay, fiscal policy is also a concern or a factor in the uh, macroeconomics. What is fiscal policy? Fiscal policy is, major component of fiscal policy is taxation. Okay, taxation policy. How much should be the direct taxes? How much percentage should be direct taxes? Within direct taxes, we will have plenty of taxes like income tax, corporation tax. Okay, all these taxes we have. Okay, and indirect taxes we have GST. How much percentage should be GST? After that, we have customs duties, excise duties. Okay, so fiscal policy. All these things are part and parcel of fiscal policy, and macroeconomics will also study fiscal policy. Okay, after that, another component we can see in the fiscal policy, allocation of finances. Okay, allocation of finances, or we can also call it as resources, allocation of resources for various aspects. Okay, or towards various ends, like how much should be allocated for defense in this particular budget, how much should be allocated for agriculture, etc., etc. All with these decisions will also be taken as part of the fiscal policy, and that will also come under the macroeconomics, right. Apart from that, growth rate, like GDP we have seen, growth rate I have already explained. So all these things are come as part and parcel of macroeconomics. Okay, right. So from our exam point of view, from UPSC point of view, microeconomics is not that much important. You cannot expect, or you need not expect any questions from the microeconomics, because it is not mentioned in the syllabus also. Okay, majorly we have to focus on macroeconomic aspects that are in detail mentioned in the syllabus also, and which we are going to study. Okay, right. So aspects like growth rate, right, inflation, jobs, or employment and unemployment. Okay, poverty, etc., etc., fiscal policy, monetary policy, all these things are we are going to study, and we will study in detail. Okay, right. So this is a brief explanation about the branches of the economy, though there may not be a question about the branches of the economy, but you should have a brief understanding about what is the meaning of, what is meant by branches of the economy, and how many branches are there, and what are the components that are there in each and every branch. Okay, so we will close this area here, branches of economy, and we will go to the next area we were supposed to study, or we are supposed to study, that is capitalism as a growth rate, or capitalism as a tool of growth, or market economy as a tool of growth. Okay, capitalism or market economy as a tool of growth, or you take the broader perspective as a tool of development. Okay, as a tool of development, growth or development. Okay, this area we have to study. Why we have to study? It is nothing but critically evaluating or critically analyzing the capitalism as a growth model, or a means of developing or means of development for a country. Okay, this we have to study. Why we have to study this? Because in the previous class also I have mentioned that majority of the countries in the world, they are following capitalism. Okay, majority of the countries now in the world, they are following capitalism. Okay, though we cannot say exactly all of them are following complete capitalism. Okay, there is some state intervention. State intervention, I mean, it comes under, whenever the state is intervening, we can say it is a command economy. Okay, but state intervention is confined to few areas of the economy. Okay, even now if you see India's case, state is interfering and we call ourselves as a mixed economy. Okay, state is interfering, but only state's interference is confined to only few areas. State here in the means the alternative word is government. Okay, in the political language, government is called as state. Okay, so state's interference means interference is there, but it is limited or confined to few areas. Rest of the areas in an economy are left to market forces. Okay, market forces, which mean market, they are left to market forces means they are left to private entities or private people or private companies. Okay, private entities, the aspects are left. Okay, majority of the aspects like production of goods and services, etc., etc., all these things are left to market. Okay, how much to produce, what to produce, okay, how to distribute, what should be the pricing, everything is left to now private players. Okay, they themselves will decide. Okay, so the point I was making here is most of the countries, majority of the countries are following capitalism. We have come to believe that, we means all the people in the world, even majority of the economies in the world, they have come to believe that capitalism is the only way forward. Okay, all the people, including the experts, have come to the belief that capitalism is the only way. Okay, through capitalism only we are going to survive. Okay, rest of the models are rest of the models of economy, that is the major competitor for this economy, this model was the command economy, that is socialism or communism, political language, if we can put it in the political language, that is socialism or communism. Okay, it is no longer no longer a suitable model, command economy model, because USSR was the predominant advocate of command economy. The USSR itself failed. Russia is kind of converted into a capitalist economy, though politically it is a communist country. Economy kind of converted into a capitalist economy. Even China, okay, China was also is also a communist country. Okay, ideologically it is still a communist country. Okay, but if you see economy wise, it completely converted into a capitalist economy. Okay, so what is the meaning of capitalism? Plenty of private companies are there in China. Private people have established their companies and they are producing goods and services, and there is over production. Okay, goods are being produced multiple times more than those are required for Chinese people, and what they are doing, those excessive goods, they are simply exporting or dumping those goods into other countries. Okay, best example is, we did not take any other example, India is the best example, which is suffering because of the overcapacity of China. So simply they are dumping their goods in our country, and because they are coming at a cheaper rate, we are purchasing them. Okay, best example is mobile phones. Okay, most of the mobile phones that we are using are of Chinese companies. Okay, right. So this is a simple example. Okay, so most of the countries shifted to capitalism, and people have come to believe that capitalism is the only way, there is no other alternative way. Alternative was there, that is the command economy, and it is completely buried now. Okay, capitalism is completely buried now. Only few countries are there which are following command economy. Example, yesterday also I told, Cuba, North Korea. Once upon a time, Venezuela was following that model. USSR, former USSR, China, but these two countries, USSR, China, and even Venezuela, there was a change. There is a change in government recently. Okay, so after that, it was also converted as a capitalist economy, right? So in this context, we have to understand the capitalism as a tool of growth or tool of development. Okay, right. So one more thing I wanted to mention is here, after 1991, we could say before 1991 we were a mixed economy, okay, because major role was played by the central, the government itself. It had lot of industries and it was involved in production, distribution of goods and services, production and distribution of goods and services. Private sector was there, but its role is confined, okay. But after 1991 economic reforms, the government's role has drastically reduced. Most of the responsibility has given or space has been vacated for the private sector, okay. So we can also say we have tilted towards a capitalist system of economy, okay. So in this context also we have to critically evaluate capitalism as a tool of growth, right? Right. So we will see in that briefly. First we will see the positives or advantages of capitalism. Briefly we will see the advantages of capitalism, okay. What are the advantages of capitalism? First one is right. So profit motive is there, okay, or profit motive is there, okay. People believe that they can establish industry, they can produce goods and services, and they can sell that to the people, and they can earn profit, okay. So profit motive is there. Because of that, there is reward for innovation, okay. Reward for innovation is there, okay. So innovation, one person is coming and he is bringing in an innovative idea, innovative good or service, and he can, based on that innovative idea, he can develop goods and services, produce goods and services, and that person can sell them, and in return he can earn profit, okay. So in some way, that innovation is also addressing the need of the person, okay. Some way or the other, that is addressing the need of the person, okay. That is there, okay. This is one benefit. And it is said that efficient allocation of resources, okay, efficient allocation of resources is possible in capitalism, okay. Okay. So if in a command economy, the government may not take, or the central authority may not take decisions in allocation of resources, so that the resources are being allocated in an efficient manner. Means efficient manner means they are best utilized, okay. So the government or central authority, if it is taking the decision, it may simply allocate the resources where they are required. यहाँ पे ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, तो यहाँ पे मैं resources को allocate कर दूँगा. That could be the mentality or psyche of the government. But in private player, in capitalism, what happens? The capitalists try and allocate resources or try and take resources where they can fetch best results, okay, where they can fetch best returns, okay, best returns, okay. In this way, efficient allocation of resources can be possible or may be possible in capitalism. This is another advantage. Third advantage is entrepreneurship will be developed, okay. Entrepreneurship will be encouraged, okay. Entrepreneurship means individual will come forward, okay. They will be encouraged to come forward and establish industries, okay, so that production of goods and services can take place. In this way, entrepreneurship will be developed in the country, okay. What is the benefit of it? The government is relieved of the duty of, or the duty or responsibility of producing the goods and services that can be left to enterprises. Government can focus on other aspects like welfare of the people, making laws, etc. All these things the government can focus on, okay. So this is the another advantage of capitalism, okay. Another advantage is there, okay. That is consumer choice, okay. So in a capitalist economy, what happens? There will be plenty of companies, number of companies are there, they will be producing goods and services. Many companies may involved in production of only one good. Earlier I took the example of tea, okay. tea of various companies can be there. So I have the choice of purchasing the tea powder of any particular company and I can enjoy. So whatever the tea I like, whatever the tea I like, I can purchase and I can consume. Okay, so like that there is consumer choice. Okay, this is another example. This is the fourth advantage. Okay, after that the private sector or capitalism will also attract investment. Okay, it will attract investment not only from within, not only from the within the country investment, but from outside country, means from foreign countries also the private sector will attract investment. Okay, so investment is being attracted domestically and also from outside the country, that is foreign investment is also there. So foreign investment predominantly we are concerned with foreign direct investment, foreign portfolio investment is also there. Okay, overall we call it as foreign investment. So investment is being attracted through capitalism. Okay, so these are the advantages. Okay, consumer choice is there, attracting investment is there. Okay, after that other advantages are global trade. Okay, we can participate in the global trade. Okay, how we can participate in the global trade, companies, in the command economy what is happening, goods and services will be produced. Okay, in quantity that are only required for the people, जितना लोगों को जरूरी है उतना ही कमांड इकोनॉमी में प्रोडक्शन होगा. But what will happen in the capital economy? In capital economy, the companies will try to produce more and more goods and services. Okay, so when there is sufficiently goods, needs of the people in within the country they are met, the companies will try to export those goods to other countries. Okay, this advantage is there. Okay, after that, let's say the production of certain goods is costlier in India. Okay, हमारा country में थोड़ा ज़्यादा costly हो रहा है. So what they will do? They will try to source those goods from other countries where they are coming at a cheaper rate. Okay, this will be done by the private players. With this, what happens? Our participation in the global trade will increase. Okay. Okay, so our participation in the global trade will increase. This will also be benefiting the people. Okay, so the goods that cannot be produced in our country, we may get those goods and services by importing them. Okay, this advantage is also there for people. Okay, right. So what are the other advantages? Last and most important advantage is increases wealth creation. Okay, wealth creation. Okay, so when private people are participating in the economy and they are producing goods and services and they are selling them, they are they are creating wealth. And what is the advantage of wealth creation? When wealth is being created, government can impose taxes. Okay, government can impose taxes and it can collect the taxes and it can use those tax money for implementing welfare schemes. Okay, implementing welfare schemes. Okay, so in this way welfare of the people will also be ensured. Okay, right. So if you remember few maybe 5 to 6 years back, the finance minister at that time also Nirmala Sitaraman was the finance minister. She was emphasizing a lot on the wealth creation in the country. Okay, she was mentioning that we are pushing the private industry because we want that wealth creation should be there. Whenever there is wealth creation, we can tax that wealth and we can use that money, tax money, for welfare schemes and further using that money for further encouraging or fueling the economy. Excuse me. So wealth, what is the advantage of with the capitalist economy? Wealth creation will be there, and wealth creation we can further use wealth creation for welfare scheme. So what is the result of this welfare scheme? The standard of living of people will increase. Okay, standard of life of people will increase. Okay, so these are the advantages of the capitalist economy. Even though some people who are defending the 1991 economic reforms, they say that before 1991 even we wanted to implement the welfare schemes, हमारे पास पैसे नहीं थे, okay, because the majority of the economic activity was done by the government. वैसे भी गवर्नमेंट का परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा नहीं था. गवर्नमेंट का परफॉर्मेंस अच्छा नहीं था मीन्स the organizations, public sector enterprises that have been established by the government, their performance was not at all good. काफी ज्यादा PSUs they went into sickness means forget making profits, they were making losses. उल्टा गवर्नमेंट को पैसे उसमें देना पड़ रहा था. सो इन ऑर्डर टू इम्प्लीमेंट वेलफेयर स्कीम्स हमारे पास पैसे बच नहीं रहे थे. So after 1991 economic reforms, there is a growth in the country, there is a boom in the country, there is a boom in the economy. Because of that boom, we could have imposed, we are able to impose the taxes, and we are able to collect some tax money, and we are using that tax money to fund the welfare schemes. So in this way, there is some sort of benefit for the economy. Okay, this is the argument that will be given by the people who are supporting 1991 economic reforms. Okay, so broadly these are the advantages of the capitalism. Okay, these are the advantages of capitalism. Now we will see other side of capitalism. Okay, disadvantages of capitalism. Okay, so can you recall some disadvantages? What are the disadvantages of capitalism? Can you recall some disadvantages? Any disadvantages that are coming to your mind? Right. Okay. Disadvantages of capitalism. There is plenty of literature available which considers or which argues that capitalism is a bad thing. Okay, capitalism is a bad thing. It is not at all good because the capitalists are capitalists are simply concerned with profits. Okay, simply they are concerned with profits, they are concerned with nothing else. Okay, nothing else but profits. Okay, whatever may happen, they are simply concerned with maximizing their profit. Okay, so in this process what is happening, one of the first disadvantages, okay, one of the first disadvantages is inequality. Okay, inequality in terms of income. Okay, as some as we move forward, income will accumulate into wealth. Okay, so there is income inequality and wealth inequality. Okay, so if you see in our country also, if you consider reports like Oxfam report. Okay, Oxfam report, it is also saying that wealth is being concentrated, income is being concentrated. Okay, income, there is income disparity is increasing, means for majority of the people there is very less income, and for minority of the people, very few people, they are earning lot of income. Okay, that shows the income inequality. Okay, you see the latest Oxfam report, it is clearly explained in that. Okay, right. Wealth inequality, gradually the income inequality will be translated into wealth inequality. Okay, wealth inequality is only a few segment of the country or few segments of the population controlling majority stake of the wealth of the country. Okay, estimates say that 1% of the population in our country, they are holding approximately 50% of the wealth. Okay, 1% of the people are controlling 50% of the wealth. Okay, if we see income, 1% of the people, top 1% of the people, they are able to get 22% of the income. Okay, so this much severity is there with respect to income inequality and wealth inequality. Okay, one more thing also we have to see, that is Gini quotient. Okay, Gini quotient is there. which will which will study the income inequality or inequalities in the society, especially income inequality. So if it is 0, we can say there is complete equality. If it is 1, we will say there is complete inequality. So recently in our country, Gini quotient has increased from 3.4% to somewhere 3.8%. Okay, so income inequality is already there and it is increasing. According to Gini quotient, income inequality is already there and it is further increasing. Okay, so this is also another major concern, right? So inequality is one major concern. Second thing is uh, exploitation of labor. Okay, second problem is exploitation of labor. Okay, so we have just understood the capitalists are simply concerned with profit maximization. They want to earn profits. So how they will earn profits? They will earn profits by reducing the cost of production. Okay, by reducing the cost of production. So how they will reduce the cost of production? They will simply reduce the salaries of the workers or wages of the workers, and by reducing the salaries of the workers, by paying less to the laborers, they will reduce the cost of production. They will charge high prices from the consumers, and in this way they will make huge profits. So in this way there is exploitation of the labor. Okay, so actually the labor are the actual creators of the wealth in our in a economic system, because they are modifying the things. They are taking raw material and they are converting that raw material into a valuable thing. Actual work is done by them, but unfortunately the capitalists are taking that benefit, and the labor are being exploited. Okay, third problem is environmental degradation. Okay, environmental degradation or environmental degradation. Okay, how it is happening? Because the capitalists are utilizing natural resources. Okay, like water, like air, like forest, wood, etc. They are utilizing. Okay, in industries, lot many pollutants are being generated, like polluted water, air pollution also taking place. Simply they are releasing these polluted as polluted things into environment. Because of that, environment is being polluted. Water pollution, soil pollution, air pollution. Okay, simply what they are doing, they are externalities, whatever negative externalities are there. Negative externalities are these things, like damage to environment. Okay, negative externalities. Okay, they are simply they are socializing these negative externalities. Profits they are making by simply releasing whatever the costs are there. By releasing them into environment, they are socializing the negative externalities. Okay, so whatever the costs are there for the environment, they are not bearing those costs. Okay, so in this way damage is being done to environment. Okay, so this concern is there. Another problem with the capitalism is market failures. Okay, market failures are there. Market failures are common in the capitalist economies. If you see 2007 recession. Okay, 2007 recession that impacted all over the world. Even India has has to seen or bear this economic slowdown or economic recession that occurred in 2007. If you see in the history also, the Great Depression of 1920s. Okay, the Great Depression of 1920s, it was also an example of market failures. So it is this market failures, because they are concerned with profit motive. So the market is going to market failures are going to occur at some point or the other. Okay, this is a inherent feature of capitalist markets, right? Second thing is, other thing is short term focus. Okay, The capitalists are concerned with short term profits, and their focus is on short term. They are not concerned with long term aspects like sustainability, environmental sustainability, sustainable production, sustainable consumption. Okay, they are not at all concerned with these things, long term things. Excuse me. So they simply are concerned with short term focus, okay, which is not at all good. And capitalism is also promoting consumerism, okay, consumerism and materialism. Okay, what is the meaning of consumerism? Consumerism is nothing but making people to purchase more and more goods. Okay, just simply purchase the things. Okay, that is consumerism. Okay, materialism is giving importance to material things like physical products like mobile phones. We are very much concerned with mobile phones, the clothes we wear, okay, the gadgets we get. We are concerned with cars, etc., etc. Okay, lot of importance is being given for physical aspects, that is goods. Okay, that is materialism. Okay, so capitalism is promoting consumerism and materialism, which is not at all good. Okay, for for the people, for individuals, for a society in the long run. Okay, right. Apart from that, cyclical instability will be there. Cyclical instability is there. Okay, what is the cyclical instability? So whenever we are following the capitalist system, or whenever we are a capitalist system of economy is there in a country, there will be cycles of boom and bust. Okay, there will be cycles of boom and bust. Okay, okay, we will take our own example. If we take the years of 2002 to maybe 2003 to 2006-7, we were growing like anything. We have registered growth rate of 9 plus. Okay, 9%, 9 plus percent growth rate, 9% plus growth rate we were recording. Immediately after that, we have seen the bust in the form of economic recessions. Okay, so these booms and busts are common in the capitalist system of economy. Okay, so whenever there is a boom, okay, but whenever there is a burst, it's very difficult to recover from that. Okay, so this disadvantage is also there. Cycles of boom and bust, cycles of instability are there. Okay, right. Apart from that, one more important disadvantage is there. The basic goods, focus on basic goods will not be there. Okay, basic goods are, yesterday also I mentioned, food to eat, clothes to wear, a shelter to live. Okay, health facilities, education facilities. These are basic goods. Okay, but capitalists are not at all they are not at all worried whether basic goods are sufficiently available for the people or not, available for the people in the country or not. They are not at all basic goods. They are not at all concerned with. So they will be producing goods and services which are providing them profit. Okay, they are providing profits. Okay, they will produce goods and services which are giving them profits. Okay, they are mostly concerned with goods and services that are giving profit. So there may a situation arise where there is a huge shortfall for this basic goods and services. Okay, right. So apart from that, this is a very serious concern. That's why the government has to interfere. Though it is following a capitalist economy, the government has to intervene and make sure that the sufficient quantity of basic goods and services are there in the economy. Right. Last one is ethical concern. Okay. Ethical aspects are also there. Ethical aspects like the capitalists, to sell their goods, they may give misleading advertisements. Okay, so misleading advertisements are there. Apart from that, another point we have studied, that is exploitation of laborers. Okay, and increasing inequalities. All these are ethical concerns for our for a country which is following capitalist model of economy. Okay, right. So these are the disadvantages. Okay, give me 1 second. right? So what do you think? Are advantages are more, or advantages outweighing disadvantages, or which side you take? Advantages are more or disadvantages are more? What do you think? Okay, okay, think about it. Okay, here in this context, I want to tell you one more thing also about Narayan Murthy. He has written a book. Narayan Murthy, you might be knowing, the founder of Infosys. Okay, Narayan Murthy, the founder of Infosys. Okay, he written a book that is a better India for a better world. Okay, in that book, it was published somewhere around 2013 or 14, something like that, maybe a decade back. Okay, in that book, he also mentioned that he completely lost faith in a command economy. Okay, and he only believes in capitalism. Okay, he said that in that book he said that if there is a system that is going to solve the problems of the people and uh, make sure that all the people are living with dignity and with proper standard of living, it is only capitalism is going to do that. Okay, like that he shared his ideas in that book. Okay, so in that context also we have to examine once again. Okay, because he has again, I mentioned his comments, right? Previously, maybe 1 month back, he made some comments that Indian youth should think of working approximately 40 to 45 hours, something like that. He mentioned. So there was a huge uproar over those comments also. Okay, right. So what do you think? Capitalism is a good way to forward? Okay, or it is not a good way? What do you think? One side there is concentration of wealth. People are industrialists are getting more and more profits, they are accumulating wealth. दूसरा साइड लोगों का इनकम्स नहीं बढ़ रहा है जितना बढ़ने नहीं चाहिए था, salaries are not increasing that much. Okay, the crorepati's are increasing on one side, but on the other side the incomes of the common people have stagnated. If you see in real terms means if you compare their increase in the salaries along with the inflation rate, okay, their real incomes are actually going down. Okay, so is it a good thing? Okay, right. So my opinion is, I genuinely want to give my personal opinion. You allow capitalism. There is no alternative because the communism or command economic model has failed. It is died down. Though it is, I don't know, deliberately it was made to die down, or uh, because it failed to live up to the expectations of the people. Because of that reason, it died. I don't know. Maybe deliberately it was made to die down. Okay, various people are arguing like in various ways. We will leave that debate for now. Okay, so capitalism should be there because with that only government cannot do all the things. Okay, we have to agree that government cannot do all the things, especially it need not produce goods and services. We can leave that to comfortably to private sector. Okay, private sector should keep on producing the goods and services. Okay, but there should be, government should take care of welfare of the people. There should be proper welfare mechanisms to take care of the weaker sections of the society, and there should be proper regulation on the private companies. Okay, how much they are profit they are making. Okay, okay, all these there should be proper controls. Okay, and there should be progressive taxation. Sufficient taxes should be collected from these people, and the government should make sure that the income inequalities are not increasing. The government should make sure that whatever the income inequalities are there, they should be reducing. It's not possible to completely eliminate the income inequalities. It is not possible. That fact we have to agree. But what we can do is we can try and keep the income inequalities at the least level possible. Okay, this we can do, and government should also try and make sure that there is distribution of wealth, and whatever the wealth that is accumulated already, we should take measures to redistribute that wealth. Okay, distribution and redistribution of wealth we should make sure. Okay, we have to make sure means the government has to make sure that there is distribution and redistribution of wealth among the all people, all the sections of the society. Then we can say that is a better way to go forward. Okay, right. So with this message, we will conclude this class. Okay. In tomorrow's class, we will see some aspects, something related to GDP. There was a mention of GDP, so we will see how the size of how an economy will be measured. Okay, we will measure the economy through GDP, etc. Some other concepts are there, so those areas we will see in the next class. Okay, so this is it for today. See you next time. Until then, have a good day.